Hi, I'm Marguerite Smith and my husband Matthew and son Bradley. Together we, plus our daughter who lives not in this yard, we have Big Sky Simmentals. Over the last 30 years, we have planted a pile of trees and a lot of maintenance, a lot of rototilling, a lot of replanting because some of those years were dry. But we planted quite a bunch of trees. We started with willows and then we went through PFRA to buy get some ash trees, some spruce, we've got some buffalo berries, we've got choke cherries, we bought some Saskatoons. We've got all sorts of trees here. There's still trees here that were planted just west of the house here, and they are 100 or darn near 100 years old. We had actually one blow down in the wind a few years ago, but it didn't land on the house because they are not far from the house. If one ever came on the house, I think the house would be gone. But anyways, some of the old girls have died off, and so we've had to plant trees. This yard picture behind us was in 2005, so now us being 12, they're 7 years older than what we see up there. But as you can tell, we are livestock people. Have been for, what, 23 years?
Yep.
Started with a few and now we're up to almost 300 calving cows, and we've had to expand the yard because there wasn't room left, so there was more trees planted to expand the yard. We're thinking of planting more trees because we want to keep more of those cows outside the yard because we have some fall calving cows and we want to keep them out of the yard, or as much out of the yard as possible, so we're thinking of planting north of the yard. Different trees have been bought just because we like the different colors in the yard as well. It's been really beneficial, especially for the livestock. We sell a lot of seed stock here. Bull season is in season right now. We have bull buyers they're coming from out of province now, and there's been comments made how our yard is well protected and the bulls are quite happy to be out there in 30 below weather. I'm not always home, and these guys are doing work outside when it's at least, we know Manitoba can be 30 below, and we do some of our pre-breeding stuff 1st of March, and they've done it in some horrendous conditions here, but as long as the sun is shining in this yard, it's very deceiving. And when I thought they should have been frozen icebergs, they actually weren't. They managed to, I don't know, needles you gave that day, but it's quite a few, probably 150 needles, and they didn't freeze to death, so it's always been good. I know we have gatherings here from, I don't know, all sorts of different gatherings. People come here. I know we have the personal care home residents that come here at least once a year. It's been going on for quite a while, and these residents, they talk about it all year round because the yard is always so nice and beautiful and lots of trees, and I always think it's a good compliment of us of trying to keep this yard up to date and up to snuff.
We really feel that trees and shelter belts are quite an asset around here. Our nearest pastures are probably 20 miles from home, so cattle all have to be hauled in. They're home the end of October. Don't start calving until January 1. So it's nice to be able to leave them out on smaller pastures outside the main yard, just to keep the manure out there, cut costs, and it's healthier for them than being cooped up in this yard for 4 months till May 15th. So we've planted a lot of trees outside the yard, and we're going to plant more just to give them some more shelter for November and December days. But it's quite beneficial having lots of trees around. The key to keeping a shelter belt healthy is rototilling, keeping them black, and keeping the competition away from them, and you'll end up with a nice even shelter belt if that's done properly.
I'm Brad Smith. I'm the second generation of this farm that's benefiting from the shelter belts. My great-grandpa was the one that started the planting of the shelter belts and was the one who got us all going with it. There's a lot of benefits to shelter belts, how they can protect your yard, help your livestock out with an easier winter. It's really helped with expanding the yard. Future I plan on planting more trees, more shelter belts. Best benefit to the shelter belts I see is when you're doing the 2 o'clock checks and there's a storm going on outside, as soon as you enter this yard, it just storms over. It's nice and calm in the yard, and it's just a very comfortable place to be when there's a storm going on. And then it's a shelter belt, so it's saving the cow herd.
I'd like to thank you for listening to our story. We have certainly seen a lot of benefits. If you want to see a picture of our yard, it is on our website. We have a Big Sky website. As well, if you'll take notes, some of our livestock pictures are taken in winter, and you can certainly tell the cattle are quite comfortable in the yard. They're not showing any signs of being too cold or in some awful elements that our province can sometimes give us in winter. So you're welcome to come and see our place anytime. Give us a ring first on the landline and leave a message, and we'll get back to you when it's best for you to come and have a visit of our yard. And thank you for your time.